Hello, today we will see how the administration area of SharePoint Online works. Did you know that SharePoint Online has the functionality to create sites? These sites can be collaboration sites or internal communication sites, like an intranet or an external communication site, such as an extranet. And these websites are managed by individuals within the company who hold the position of SharePoint Online administrator. These individuals, who can also be more than one, have access to the administration area of SharePoint Online, which is referred to as SharePoint Online Admin Center. Within this site, I have the ability to explore a wide range of functionalities that enable me to fully manage SharePoint Online in its entirety. Let's take a look by navigating inside my computer.
Wait a moment. I'll steal 10 seconds to introduce myself. I am one of the Microsoft most valuable professionals, and on this channel, you will find tons of technical videos to keep you updated on all Microsoft 365 technologies, from SharePoint to Teams to Microsoft 365 Copilot. Subscribe then to see the new updates.
The homepage of the Admin Center of SharePoint Online provides me with the chance to get an initial glimpse of the status of my SharePoint Online instance. I have the capability to swiftly retrieve sites through a text search. I am able to see all the messages that are related exclusively to the SharePoint Online product and originate specifically from Microsoft, specifically from the Message Center area within the product. From the administration area of Microsoft 365, these are all updates that Microsoft makes on my subscription and are related to SharePoint. Further down, I observe how the utilization of space that SharePoint Online is taking up over time is advancing. Alternatively, I can view information about the service and the percentage of active sites compared to the total number of sites that have been created within my SharePoint Online. On the left-hand side, I then have the option to view all of the active sites. An active site is a site that has not been fundamentally deleted. And for each site, I visually perceive the name, address, and ascertain if it is a site created when a Teams group is created or if it is created when a private channel is created within Teams. I visually perceive the space it utilizes, observe who the administrators are, and ascertain if the SharePoint site has been configured as a hub, which is a type of site that provides a range of functionalities that we will likely elaborate on in another video. Moreover, I am able to observe the template that was utilized to generate this site, encompassing communication site templates, collaboration templates, and team sites. Additionally, I can access details regarding the dates, including the site's creation date, the date of the most recent activity on the site, and so forth. In this location, I possess the capability to execute all site management actions for my SharePoint sites. I can conduct site searches, establish new sites, and furthermore, utilize the SharePoint Online Admin Center to generate sites with supplementary templates that extend beyond those readily available solely from the SharePoint homepage. Alright? So the administrator has the ability to create sites using templates that regular users typically do not see. This is useful for developing applications on SharePoint Online that may not require a communication site because they are not intranet portals and especially do not need all the functionalities associated with a team site. When created by a regular user, a team site includes features like integration with Teams, a side-by-side mailbox for messaging, OneNote for meeting notes, and more. Furthermore, in the upper right corner, I possess the choice to observe the space accessible to me in SharePoint Online, together with the percentage of space that all of my SharePoint Online sites are currently utilizing. In general, by default, SharePoint Online provides customers with 1 terabyte of space in addition to 10 gigabytes per user with a license that includes SharePoint Online. So let's give an example. If your company has 100 employees and all 100 of them have a license that includes SharePoint Online, then the calculation is 1 terabyte plus 10 gigabytes per 100, resulting in a total of 2 terabytes of space. If you go beyond the designated space, Microsoft will ask you to buy extra storage to accommodate your needs. To avoid this situation, in Intranet AI, we have a tool that allows us to understand how much space can be saved, space that is used in SharePoint Online, simply by removing old versions of documents that we no longer use and no longer need. It is a type of tool that performs a bit of cleaning. SharePoint Online, one of its earliest functionalities, is specifically designed to enable the uploading of documents and to preserve all the modifications that individuals make to the documents in order to allow them to revert back, avoid losing information, and so forth. Clearly, each version of a file occupies exactly the same space as the original file, so the more versions I create, the more space I consume in SharePoint Online. Using our tool, it is possible, by employing rules and automation, to retrieve all of this utilized space, which might actually have limited usefulness to us. Returning to the administration area of SharePoint Online, in addition to viewing active sites, I can see the sites that have been deleted with the option to select them and perform a restore. This is highly beneficial in the event that a site is unintentionally deleted. Furthermore, I possess several choices to customize specific aspects and functionalities pertaining to sharing and access on SharePoint Online, as well as in the situation of OneDrive. By clicking on the Sharing Configuration Management area, I am provided with the option to choose whether to allow a more permissive sharing in SharePoint and OneDrive or a less permissive one, depending on my preferences and security requirements. The most permissive options enable me to potentially share files without access restrictions, meaning with anyone without the need for the recipient to access my SharePoint with credentials. Alternatively, I can opt not to share externally but only collaborate with individuals who have an account within my Microsoft 365 subscription, thereby ensuring a more restricted sharing environment and maintaining control over the accessibility of my files. In addition to this, I also have the option to choose slightly more advanced configurations in order to enhance the security of the content that I upload to my SharePoint Online platform. For example, one of these options allows me to restrict access to SharePoint Online only to those individuals using the company network, filtering by IP address, a very specific configuration that some companies choose to implement. Furthermore, I have the opportunity to configure a wide variety of settings and functionalities that allow me to select and customize the home sites within SharePoint Online according to my preferences and requirements. I can have more than one. A home site is a basic SharePoint site but with a bit more functionality. I have the ability to choose how notifications are handled. I can select the default settings for creating new sites. I can decide how to manage space limits for each site, such as quotas and so on. These are just a few examples of the options available to me. Within the content management area, I have the opportunity to manage what SharePoint has always referred to as the managed metadata center. This means I can have a centralized location for a variety of tags that can be reused across different SharePoint sites, providing a more efficient and consistent way to organize and categorize content within the system. These tags are employed to categorize documents and facilitate improved search capabilities for enhanced user experience. From this point, I have the ability to generate tag groups in order to then move forward with creating particular term sets that encompass individual tags within them. Each tag can then be managed by one or more individuals. There are administrators for tags and so on. Within the SharePoint Online Admin Center, I have the capability to manage migrations using the SharePoint Migration Manager tool, which provides support for migrations such as moving stream content. Recently, there was a necessity to transfer stream videos from Stream to SharePoint Online, and this task was executed through this specific area of the Admin Center. I have the option to migrate content from Google Workspace in a more or less automatic way, as well as from Dropbox. Alternatively, you have the option to download the SharePoint Migration tool, which grants me the ability to migrate content from previous versions of on-premises SharePoint, including those operating within the company's network or from files sourced from network folders. In the advanced region, on the other hand, I possess the capability to control the permissions that are requested by custom apps that have been installed in SharePoint Online. It is a management aspect that concerns the extension capability of SharePoint Online and the permissions that these components have to interact with the data we input into SharePoint Online or the data within Microsoft 365, ensuring the proper handling and security of our information. As an illustration, an application deployed in SharePoint Online provides us with the potential to read data stored in Microsoft Entra ID, such as user account data, group data, or even create objects within the Microsoft 365 suite, thereby offering a wide range of possibilities for data retrieval and manipulation. Within the admin center of SharePoint Online, I also have the chance to manage and oversee some additional advanced functionalities of SharePoint Online that are included as part of the SharePoint Premium add-on. SharePoint Premium enables us to utilize two main functionalities currently, namely the ability to back up content within SharePoint, and more importantly, the option to archive SharePoint content to save space as mentioned previously. This allows us to store these documents and contents in an area with a lower cost compared to the cost of SharePoint Online space for document storage, while still being able to use the collaboration features that are default in SharePoint Online. This is extremely beneficial for our organization as it helps us optimize our storage resources and maximize cost efficiency. This tool is commonly known as Microsoft 365 Archive and is a highly useful feature for individuals who extensively utilize SharePoint Online but also require files that do not necessitate collaboration but rather need simple long-term storage capabilities in a straightforward manner. I would like to remind you that at Internet AI we have this amazing tool that enables you to smoothly transition your SharePoint from its standard usage to Microsoft 365 Archive. This transition helps in saving valuable space that is generated due to the use of 1,000 versions of files within SharePoint Online platform. Well, these are the functionalities that are available within the administration area of SharePoint Online. Until next time,